Listen, passport bros are outside and it's getting wild. Cartagena, Colombia, black men are flooding the city. The takeover is real, and it's a lot of women back home mad, confused, and triggered. This ain't about cheap flights or cheap box like they tried to say. This is about freedom. It's about respect. It's about finally being treated like a man again. But of course, everybody back in the States got a problem with it. Let's break it down.
All of y'all baby daddy, boyfriends, husbands, cousins, brothers, uncles, and daddies was all in Cartagena this weekend. I traveled to Cartagena to meet one of my friends who was traveling from Ecuador just for the weekend. It was my first time in Cartagena, and my God in heaven, y'all did not lie about the passport, bro. Baby, I got off the plane.
He sounds like a passport bro that's trying to make it look like he was going there to do something else so he could talk down on other dudes.
I didn't know where I was at. It was black men as far as the eye could see. I took a little video while I was in the immigration line. They was grouped up and duped up. You hear me? The line was at least 2 hours long to get through immigration. I promise you, and I'm not lying, right hand to God, they probably had 5 women in this immigration line. Everybody else was black men.
That doesn't mean that there wasn't any black women there. You just came at a time that it was just a lot of dudes. It's still an airport. Come on now.
I said, oh, there's a story here. They was coming in groups. The group that was in front of me was a group of 10. A group of 10 that had came from Philly. How I knew they was from Philly? Because I could hear their accent. I could hear them talking. I was looking at them in line downloading Tinder. I said, them people did not lie. Now, this is my first time in Cartagena. I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking, I've been to Colombia before. I've been to Cali. But
first of all, why you peeping them out so much that they're downloading Tinder? And I tell black men all the time, your biggest hater is that black dude that's a little sassy, that's always around the women, that's always in the friend zone like this dude. Now, you shouldn't even be looking as close to see if he downloading Tinder.
I didn't think I was coming to the Ho Fest, but that's what was going on. And anybody with any type of peon of a brain could see what was going on down there in Cartagena. When you walking down the streets, the women is literally pulling on you, winking, calling you pop. They're trying to get it. They working.
When y'all see women doing this, you act like it don't already exist in the United States. It's called hypergamy. It's a woman's nature.
Working, and they paying for it. They down there buying coochie. I was so embarrassed standing in that immigration line because I could just feel the people that's from Cartagena looking at us, because I'm in line too. They looking at us saying, just look at them lined up to come buy some cat.
Keep in mind, black dudes are not the only ones doing this. The Italians are doing this. The Arabs are doing it. Most guys know what countries to get that kitty cat. You just came at a time where it was a lot of black dudes coming from America. But trust me, they're coming from across the world.
All the way in South America. Y'all didn't lie. I thought y'all was lying. I thought y'all was bitter because black men is out here traveling and they got their passports, and that's why I was just so happy that black men just had passports and they was in the world. No, them is lined up to go participate. And you know what? I ain't gonna say too much on here.
They lining up to go clap cheeks the same way people go to Vegas to clap cheeks. The same way you hear about these Diddy parties. The same way a lot of rich dudes have side chicks that do this. The same way girls are like, you need 100,000 to take me out. The same way you got OF's model. It's nature for men to go after the kitty cat. Passport bros just paying women to leave.
But all I'm gonna say is y'all was right. And I apologize. I have never seen nothing like this in my life. Child, they was walking the streets of Cartagena in packs, like a packs of wild dogs.
They do the same thing in Miami and any other major city where you're gonna have tourism. Make it make sense.
Looking for cats. I'm speechless. And it's all ages. From 17 up to 70.
See, you can tell this dude's on the fruity side. He probably like dudes. He gotta like dudes to be talking on dudes that's looking for the cat. At least they left, went somewhere, get some cat, have some fun, and then when they come back in the United States, it's back to business.
They out there hunting in packs looking for cat. I just blown away. And as I'm listening to them, like as I'm these lines and I'm listening because I'm nosy, I don't want to listen. I'm listening to them talking about how they travel throughout Colombia and they go to these different cities and they don't like this city because of this and this city because of that.
But I thought you were happy that black men were traveling. Now you're saying, hey, they're traveling to not just this country, but multiple countries.
Y'all, I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. I didn't want this to be true, but it's true. Unfortunately, it's true. And one last thing before I go, they all had on these chains. You could tell they were so fake because they were so bright. They were supposed to be like silver, platinum, but they was just so bright. They looked like aluminum on their neck. And everybody had these diamond chains on. I said, this is...
They already know the girls don't know the difference. All they gonna say is, hey, I got some money, I'm trying to spend some change so you could do some strange things. If sides are honest with each other and you protect each other, ain't nothing wrong with it.
I don't want to be here. That's what I got off the plane. I said, can we bring me back, bring me to another destination. I don't want to be here because this is a lot.
Men ain't trying to go on vacation and not see women, and women are not trying to go on vacation and not be seen by men. Just as much as women want the attention from men, men want the kitty cat. They both work with exchange of services, especially when you're doing it like that. Who really wants to go on a vacation with nobody when it's your free time and not clap any cheeks? At least they know where to go where it's not going to be a hassle. But that's just the beginning. We got some funny videos coming up, and trust me, you won't believe what happens next.
In Colombia, we don't say daddy. In Colombia, we say papacito.
Papi.
Bring my ID, please. Why?
Because I'm not your link.
Why can't I? Bro, I just put a whole trip, bro. Oh my God, I got days off and everything.
Without me knowing. No.
You knew though. That's the you bro, knew
I
it.
didn't. You mentioned it. You didn't say it wasn't for sure.
Right. As soon as I mentioned it, I got the tickets.
No.
See that? She done took his ID. Now he can't even get on the plane. Done already paid for the tickets. She a hater or not? Get in the comments and let me know.
Bro, you oh my God. Get FaceTime so I can show you how long this line is. Please. Bro, I come back and get it, bro. I need you to bring my ID, please. Can you bring my ID, please? Bro, stop doing, right. You worry about your kids, bro. You worried about me going on a trip. You got kids, bro. Oh my God, bro. I don't understand. Oh my God, bro. That's your baby crying? Right, so worry about your baby crying, bro. And you bring my stuff, please. Bro, so I got to come back home.
A baby in the background crying? Yeah, bro. She's definitely trying to ruin your trip.
I became a passport bro for 3 reasons. Reason number 1, I didn't want to be a stepfather to another man's kids here. Most of the women in my community, most of the women that I was meeting and dating who were aesthetically pleasing to me, who I was attracted to, had kids. I simply didn't want to pay for another man's kids. Reason number 2.
Just want to say, when you're a stepfather, you don't really have to pay for other people's kids. I always recommend don't even move in. You could date a stepmom, but you don't have to be a stepdad. You don't have to give up your money. Why do people talk from that perspective?
They all want you to pay for everything. So why don't I just go somewhere else where my money goes longer, stretches further, and I can give them the same exact thing for a fraction of the cost. The reason number 3 of why I became a passport bro is because of the obesity rates. I like women who are thin, who have flat stomachs, who wear their own hair, and who have good shapes. I do not want a woman that is larger than me. I'm not saying that all women here are larger than me or are large at all, but the majority, according to the statistics, are.
It's not just the statistics, bro. This is what we see.
So that's why I started putting together passport bro trips. And we're going to travel all over the world, and we're going to find women that we're actually attracted to, and we're not going to settle. Because women always talk about settling, and men have been settling for a long time. So if you want to go on a passport bros trip with me and our group, DM me. We can do better.
You mean to tell me they forming passport groups traveling around the world to clap cheeks and look for wives? Make it make sense, but that ain't even half. Let's get to the rest.
Ma'am, have you heard about passport bros?
Yeah.
Yeah? King.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you prefer Filipinos or do you prefer foreigners?
Okay, actually, in Filipino version the past, and I prefer foreigner. You know, I like their attitude. They're sweet and caring and gentlemen. There's a lot of things, not in foreign, not in Filipino way.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And you're
I can tell you this. You know how many guys done probably went to that country to clap some cheeks that she said, oh, I like foreigners. I like when they come into town. Don't you think one of these foreigners would have married her already? And she's sitting here with a Passport King shirt on. That's letting you know, number one girl, that when y'all get off the plane or get off that boat, she's sitting there waiting with a meal cooked ready for $200.
Your hoodie says Passport King.
Oh yeah?
So you need a king in your life, right?
Of course I need it.
No more friend zone.
No
right?
more.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Oh no, you think he's in the friend zone? She did say she liked foreigners, but didn't give him the number. But there's more coming up.
So I'm from Colombia. If you're a Colombian girl, you have 3-4 American guys approaching you, offering you money, and pulling out their passport. Like literally, and telling you, I'm American, like I'm not looking for a girl, like I might bring you here, but it's just odd. Like why you wanna get with a girl that doesn't speak your language, and that makes up to $200 a month. You know, like
They just trying to clap cheeks. These guys know what you're doing. They know what you want. You look like the image. But nobody wants to come out and say, hey, I give you 200, we do it now. You know, to go the friendship route first. Read the room.
I don't want to point fingers, but it's like, why are you looking for that when you can get a girl? Why can't you not get in America, you know? Why not get a girl?
Is this black guys or white guys?
I saw a lot of black guys, you know, like they exude. It's just
ladies, if your man is going on a guy's trip to Colombia, Vietnam, Dominican Republic, places like that, he's a passport bro. Get rid of him.
That's probably why he's taking the trip already. By the time a passport bro or man get around to taking the trip to another country, he's already done with you. And he may not be going there to look for a wife. He may just want to clap some cheeks and stare at the ocean and get relaxation. You have to realize, most men that divorce, especially after 35 or 40, they spend at least 10 years alone in no relationship, just so they don't go back into the insanity of being with a woman.
And a lot of it is passport bros.
Bro, those guys, disgusting.
Oh,
and then they go to Europe for looking for these kind of.
But let me tell you something, passport bros that love to just go get women in DR. You played yourself, because a girl in DR is 18 and she's really 55.
Trust me, when the lights are out, these dudes don't care.
Well, dead ass. You go over there thinking that you're gonna run into me. Yo, you're not. These girls got game. They've been having games since they were 5.
Pretty
know
much.
what? At 5, they were 18.
No bullshit.
Dead ass. You know what?
He waves the cash and she starts showing some of that. You know what time it is.
I mean, it's a thing now where guys really go out the country thinking they're gonna groom someone, when in reality, congratulations.
You play yourself.
Groom someone. Women are trying to groom men from the beginning. You got to take me here. You got to buy me this. You got to cater to my emotions. What you think standards are? Grooming. These guys are going to another country to get a peace of mind.
Like about the passport bro shit, it ain't organic, you feel me? Like it ain't like you happen to be out the country and you met somebody and y'all just vibe. Like you really flying out the country to go pick up a wife. That's crazy, bro. Like y'all really be having indentured servants that y'all can form. Y'all flying out the country because women here want y'all to be providers. So you go out the country to get a woman that you gotta provide for. But you don't mind it though.
How often do you see a guy that could just go out the country and go get a wife and bring her back who's not already a millionaire, that can live that vacation lifestyle? Who you know a contracting company that can do that? Who you know at the post office that can do that? Who you know work an essential job that can do that? A mechanic, a builder. What person in America working the average job can literally pick up, go to another country and get a wife? None. Passport bros are dudes that get together with their boys. Let's go sightsee. And while we there, let's get our balls licked. Right? Spend the cash to do some strange things. It's nothing different than going on a date with a woman and she talking about you got to make $100,000 a year and you got to buy this for me and you got to buy that for me. They're charging up front. The other girls in other countries may just be a little cheaper, but either way, men are always paying for it. Only a small percentage of guys are actually going to these countries and getting wives, and most of them are not from America.
Because you ain't really gotta provide much, because They come from nothing. So you can skate by giving them crumbs and shit, but they gonna be obedient because they need you. Come on, yo. That shit crazy. It ain't on this same level. But y'all damn near like slave on shit. Like, ooh, a nice one, right? Let me get that one right there.
Did you notice that passport bros never go to countries where they're highly educated or get with an educated woman? You really should be ashamed of yourself because the United States right now ain't looking too good on a worldwide scale. It's actually kind of embarrassing.
I don't think the passport bros is a lot of guys. I do think it's a small set of guys. But a lot of men that are going to these different countries to find a wife are not necessarily going in it as a passport bro. It's just something that them and their boys are doing, and nothing's wrong with paying for some Kit Kat. Now, come on, that's what people go to Vegas for. You go to Miami, that's what people are charging for. You go to these parties, women are constantly charging. Like, let's be like, it's always supply and demand when it came to women. But far as marriages, not most of these guys are getting married, but the ones who are going there to get it, they're coming in on a different time and a different angle, and a lot of them end up with the right woman. If you like the video, get in the comments to let me know if you've been a passport bro before. Like, share the video. If it's your first time watching, subscribe to the video. See you on the next video.